On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Environmentalist.
A person who is concerned with and advocates for the protection of the natural environment.
Examples:
Dedicated environmentalist. An environmentalist political party. The environmentalist lobby changed the mindset of many conservative politicians.
Fortress.
A large and strongly built structure, typically with high walls and a moat, used as a military defense or for protection against attackers.
Examples:
Fortress wall. Military fortress. The ancient fortress was built on a hill to give the defenders a strategic advantage.
Complacent.
Satisfied with the status quo and not wishing to make changes.
Examples:
Complacent attitude. Complacent with past successes. He became complacent in his job and stopped trying to improve.
Delude.
To deceive or mislead someone, to give a false impression of something.
Examples:
Delude with false promises. Delude the public. It is easy to delude yourself into thinking everything is fine when it's not.
Livable.
Capable of being lived in comfortably and sustainably, suitable for human habitation.
Examples:
Livable city. Livable housing. Finding a safe and livable neighborhood is important when looking for a new place to live.
Heat stroke.
A serious and potentially life-threatening condition caused by prolonged exposure to high temperatures, which symptoms include high body temperature, rapid heartbeat, and confusion or loss of consciousness.
Examples:
Heat stroke symptoms. Heat stroke prevention. The hiker experienced a severe heat stroke after hiking in the desert for several hours without enough water.
Industrialize.
To organize the production of something into an industry.
Examples:
Industrialized service. Industrialized textile production. The nations of Southeast Asia will quickly industrialize and catch up with the West.
Enclose.
To surround, as with a fence, wall, or barrier, to put within boundaries, to include.
Examples:
Enclose a check with a letter. Enclose area. The walls were enclosed to create a private outdoor space.
Rudimentary.
Relating to basic facts or principles, fundamental.
Examples:
A rudimentary plant. Rudimentary understanding. He has only a rudimentary knowledge of this topic.
Saga.
A long, detailed story or account of heroic deeds, family history, or notable events, often consisting of a series of connected episodes.
Examples:
Fantasy saga, historical saga. The epic saga of the family's journey through time captivated readers worldwide.
Grandparent.
A parent of one's father or mother.
Examples:
Great-grandparent. Person of grandparent age. She was close to her paternal grandparents and often spent summers with them.
Grandchild.
A child of someone's son or daughter.
Examples:
Grandchild-grandparent relationship. Grandchild development. The grandparents take care of their grandchild while the parents are at work.
Gore.
To pierce with a sharp object, causing injury or death. Noun, coagulated blood from a wound.
Examples:
Gore him with a weapon. Gore scene. The hunter gored the deer with an arrow.
Brink.
The point at which something is about to happen, the edge of a steep place.
Examples:
Brink of war. On the brink. We were on the brink of a financial crisis.
Catastrophe.
A sudden event that causes extreme ruin and misfortune.
Examples:
Catastrophe risk management. Avoid climate catastrophe. The lack of funds has resulted in a catastrophe for our university system.
Ancestor.
A person from whom one is descended, a forefather.
Examples:
Ancestor language. Earliest human ancestor. My remote ancestor immigrated to the United States from Ireland in the 1800s.
Terrifying.
Very frightening or intimidating.
Examples:
Terrifying experience. Terrifying events. Large earthquakes often generate terrifying tsunamis.
Exhilarating.
Making one feel very happy and lively, invigorating, providing a feeling of excitement or thrill.
Examples:
An exhilarating drink. Exhilarating view. Bungee jumping was an exhilarating experience that left me shaking with adrenaline.
Inaction.
The lack of action or activity, the state of not doing anything, the failure to take action when action is needed.
Examples:
Excuse for inaction. Consequences of inaction. Inaction in response to climate change poses a dire threat to our future.
Barnacle.
A type of crustacean that attaches itself to hard surfaces underwater, such as rocks, ships, or docks, a metaphorical term used to describe a person or object that is difficult to remove or separate from another person or object.
Examples:
barnacle growth, barnacle removal. The bottom of the boat was covered in barnacles, slowing its speed in the water.
Sliver.
A small, thin, narrow piece or fragment of something, often characterized by its length or its sharpness or thinness, a small portion or amount of something, often used in a metaphorical sense to describe a trace or a hint of something.
Examples:
sliver of wood, sliver of metal. I had to be careful not to step on a sliver of glass on the floor.
Vegan.
A person who does not eat or use any animal products, typically for ethical or environmental reasons.
Examples:
raw food vegan, vegan lifestyle. The vegan diet is based on plant-based foods.
Seaweed.
A plant that grows in the sea or on land very close to the sea, especially marine algae.
Examples:
floating seaweed, seaweed broth. She soaked seaweed in water until tender.
Methane.
A chemical compound with the chemical formula CH4 with no smell or color, often used as a fuel.
Examples:
atmospheric methane, reduce methane emissions. The ignition of methane gas in the plant killed 5 employees.
Decarbonize.
To stop or reduce emitting carbon gases, especially carbon dioxide, by replacing energy made from fossil fuels with renewable energy.
Examples:
decarbonize their manufacturing process. Decarbonize its energy system. We have to seek methods to decarbonize its fossil fuel economy.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
industrious worker, industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Emit.
To give off or send out something such as light, heat, sound, gas, etc.
Examples:
emit a gamma ray, emit air pollution. During the unloading, the container box emits a clicking sound.
Seawall.
A barrier or structure made of concrete, stone, or other materials that are built along the coastline or riverbanks to protect against erosion, flooding, or waves. A structure that separates the water from the land and helps to preserve the shoreline.
Examples:
strong seawall, seawall construction. The beachfront property owners installed a seawall to protect their homes from the rising tides.
Levee.
An artificial embankment or wall built to prevent a river or low-lying land from flooding.
Examples:
levee protection, levee breach. The concrete levee protects from the rising river during floods.
Nationalist.
Relating to or supporting a political ideology that emphasizes a strong sense of national identity and devotion to one's own country.
Examples:
Nationalist sentiment. Nationalist revolt. The nationalist rally attracted thousands of supporters.
Geopolitical.
Of or relating to political activity or relations between countries and groups of countries, as influenced by the physical features of a country or area.
Examples:
The geopolitical situations. Reduce geopolitical risk. The country holds dominant geopolitical power over its neighbors.
Insignificant.
Of little importance, influence, or power.
Examples:
Insignificant amount. An insignificant mistake. He made me feel small and insignificant.
Indifference.
A lack of interest, enthusiasm, or sympathy towards someone or something.
Examples:
Indifference to pain. General indifference. I tried to assume an air of indifference.
Quo.
The existing state or condition of something, especially in relation to a particular situation or issue.
Examples:
Status quo politician. Quo warranto. The company has been successful in maintaining the status quo.
Disinterest.
Lack of interest, concern, or involvement in a particular matter, impartiality or neutrality.
Examples:
Show disinterest. Disinterest in politics. The judge's disinterest in the case allowed for an impartial decision.
Prosperous.
Successful financially or materially, bringing success or good fortune.
Examples:
Prosperous weather. Prosperous nation. The company decided to invest in a prosperous industry.